For 80 years, Maccabi South Africa has been deeply rooted in the Jewish community. Through the universal platform of sport, we have transcended barriers, built friendships, and strengthened bonds, with the ultimate goal of fulfilling our vision: to foster Jewish pride and preserve Jewish identity through sport, while promoting Zionism and supporting the State of Israel.
אתם מייצגים 65 מדינות, אבל מעל הכל אתם מייצגים עם אחד, יחיד ומיוחד, עם ישראל.
Maccabi South Africa's origins date back to 1934, when future mayor of Johannesburg, Ian Maltz, indicated South Africa's desire to participate in the 1935 Maccabi Games. He convened a meeting at Joburg's Carlton Hotel, where a committee was formed under the chairmanship of Norman Lurie. As a result of these efforts, in March 1935, a team of 19 South African athletes left Johannesburg to compete in the second Maccabiya in Palestine, winning a remarkable 12 medals. The Johannesburg Maccabi Association was established in 1936 at the newly formed Balfour Park, and Ian Maltz became the first chairman. In 1951, the national Maccabi Movement was formally constituted and was later incorporated into the South African Zionist Federation.
תחי מדינת ישראל, תחי המכבייה.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to present to you the Maccabi.
Since 1935, Maccabi South Africa has participated in every Maccabiya, performing with distinction from the junior age group through to Grand Masters, including many Springbok and Protea Jewish athletes. The team's accomplishments, given the available resources and size of the community, have been outstanding.
In 2013, Maccabi South Africa sent our largest ever delegation of 370 athletes to the Maccabiya, together with 300 supporters. A significant 65% of athletes were under the age of 25 years. Team SA was also the biggest delegation from the diaspora relative to the size of the community, and incorporated a small contingent from Mauritius and Zimbabwe. South Africa performed very well, won 44 medals, including 12 golds.
Maccabi SA has also had its share of challenges. South Africa's ostracism from global sport began in the 1950s, which had a significant impact on Maccabi SA. Despite the claim that the Maccabiya was an event for Jews rather than nations, the organizers had to abide by the rules of individual sports bodies, most of whom banned athletes from the apartheid state. Although very supportive of us, Israel was in a tough predicament. At the 1973 Games, invitations to some sports were withdrawn, while in 1977 we could only compete in 14 sports. In 1985, Maccabi SA competed as the Morayin team with no flag, blazers or emblems. In 1989, SA competed under the banner of the rest of world, while athletics and swimming were banned completely. Our soccer team was forced to withdraw just days before their first match. Some countries were required by their governments to forfeit games against South Africa. In 1993, South Africa returned to the Games all fired up, winning a remarkable 94 medals, the highest SA medal haul to date. In 2001, we faced another hurdle when most countries wanted the Maccabi called off due to the Intifada raging in Israel. Maccabi SA, however, took a strong stand that the games must go on.
At the height of the Intifada in 2001, Raymond Hack and I flew off to Israel to an emergency meeting to discuss participation in the Maccabi. Most countries were against taking part, but we were one of the few lone voices that insisted on participation. One must understand South Africa has always supported Israel in any type of crisis. We have never backed off, and we will always be there for Israel in the future.
In addition to the Maccabi, regular goodwill tours and events between South Africa and Israel have been arranged, including many visits by Israeli national sports teams. Maccabi SA participated in our first Pan-American Games in Chile in 2003, followed by the 2007, 2011 and 2015 Games, winning a total of 31 medals. In 2015, Maccabi SA successfully competed in futsal and swimming at our first European Maccabi Games, bringing home 10 medals. These games were momentous as they were held at Berlin's Olympic Park, near the 1936 Olympic Stadium where Jews were banned. Almost 80 years later, 2,500 Jewish athletes sang Hatikva and proudly displayed Magen Davids in a place where Nazi flags once flew. Am Yisrael Chai. The Maccabi movement has always been driven by a culture of volunteerism. In South Africa, we are 99% staffed by sports-mad volunteers who keenly believe in community service, from our National Executive Committee to our dedicated conveners, coaches, medical and support staff. Maccabi SA volunteers have generously given their time and skills and are absolutely critical to ensuring the success and sustainability of the organization.
For me, volunteering is about giving back and molding of our Jewish youth. It is very important to constantly strive to teach our juniors to be a light unto other nations and to lead by example, both on and off the court. Western Province Maccabi is made up of a handful of dedicated volunteers and a core of amazing parents that help both from an operations and admin point of view.
Over the past 80 years, Maccabi SA has made a significant contribution to the Maccabi and to the Zionist vision. Team SA has been very competitive on the field, playing in the true spirit of the Maccabeans. South Africa is also a very popular team, and athletes have formed lifelong friendships with their peers. Maccabi SA has also facilitated travel to Israel for thousands of South African Jews, many of whom have gone on to make Aliyah.
Number one, great sportsman, always played the game, the true spirit. We played it hard, we played to win, but we always behaved as sportsmen should. And we got the reputation for that. And people loved us. And Israel especially, when we walked into the stadium, we got the greatest applause after Israel.
Maccabi SA administrators are internationally respected, playing an influential role on the Maccabi World Executive. Jean Futrin, Maccabi SA chairwoman, was appointed Maccabi World Union president in 2001, the first woman to hold this position. In 2009, Jean received the Yakir Award for outstanding service to Maccabi.
I thank every person here from abroad and from Israel for giving your talent and your resources and your effort to making Maccabi Chai.
6 other South Africans have also received the Yakir Award, including incumbent Maccabi SA president Mervyn Tankelovitz. Maccabi SA has made a large financial contribution to assist Israeli sport, including donations for a variety of facilities and the building of the Maccabi village itself. At home, Maccabi SA has played a valuable role in the community. Through the vehicle of sport, we have brought together Jews from all walks of life. We have also been very focused on the youth, instilling them with values and discipline and providing the aspirational opportunity to play representative sport at the highest level. Maccabi SA also assists underprivileged communities through skills transfer, equipment donations and sports days. Since first marching into the stadium in 1935, Maccabi South Africa has been proudly Jewish, proudly Zionist, and, importantly, proudly South African. We celebrate 80 years of sporting pride.